Welcome back to the Solid Rock Personal Training Podcast. I am Coach D, and today we got a really good topic for you today. We're going to talk about the number one thing that is sabotaging your results. A lot of you may think a lot of different things, but for our members here at Solid Rock, the number one thing that we see that is sabotaging most of your results is your weekend habits. A lot of our rockers do such a fantastic job of showing up consistently during the week and eating clean. They get up at the same time every day, keeping their circadian rhythm intact, and they have a good schedule and a good routine, going to bed at the same time so they can get a good 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But once Friday hits, it's like we've worked hard all week just to let ourselves go for the weekend. And that mindset ultimately sets us back because that's what everyone else is doing. And if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're going to get the same result that everyone else is getting. It's okay to be different, and it's okay to take a little bit different of a path. And there's actually a lot of freedom in that. So let's go ahead and dive on into the weekend and a typical weekend, that we would see, a traditional person who might work out at Solid Rock participate in. So like I said, they would have a great week of training and they would make pretty solid nutritional choices. And then Friday would come around. They might get lunch catered at work. That's not as healthy. And, they're going to indulge in that, maybe overindulge in that. And then Friday evening comes around and their social setting, which is, one of the biggest setbacks we see. It's just everything's, involved around alcohol or going out to eat and overindulging in food and, staying up late and snacking and consuming extra food and then not getting to bed at the same time as you typically would during the week. And then we wake up Saturday and we might sleep in longer than normal, which is fine. We want you to get rest, but it's really important to make sure you keep your circadian rhythm intact. And we recommend doing that by going to bed and getting up the same time 7 days a week. And they get up a little later than normal, and then they might feel like, you know what, I'd planned on working out today, but I'm not going to do anything. And then that leads to brunch, and brunch leads to a pretty big meal, maybe some things that aren't as healthy. And then going throughout the weekend and maybe snacking here and there. And, you're at home, you're not at work. So, a lot of times we mindlessly snack when we're at home. So that'll happen. And then Saturday night, we might go out to eat again or go out with friends. And, we might overindulge in alcohol. And then going into Sunday, we may or may not get moving. And then we go to brunch and we overindulge there. We snack while we're at home. We board eat out of boredom. And then dinner, might be healthy, might not be healthy. But that's typically a weekend that we see. And that's not for everyone. That's just an assumption. So don't take that personally. We're just laying out a framework to give you guys an example. Whereas what we would challenge you to do is take a different approach. If you're doing the approach that I had just mentioned, a lot of us are going to get the case of the Mondays. And I know when I come into coach on Monday, I can see it all over people's faces. Mondays hit, they're extremely tired, they're run down. And if you live a lifestyle, like I just mentioned, of the past weekend, that's how it's going to be. But for me personally, I changed my weekend habits about 4 years ago, and I don't have a case of the Mondays anymore. I actually look forward to Mondays. I feel fresh. I feel recovered and rejuvenated and have a ton of energy to tackle the week. And I want to challenge you guys, use the weekends to recover, actively recover. So you feel great coming into Monday. You're clear-headed, you're rested, recovered, and you're ready to rock and roll. Monday should be your highest energy workday of the week. So when Friday rolls around, get your workout in on Friday, get moving, get grooving. And then, your evening, you want to go out with friends or whatever, just make smart choices. So plan ahead. If you know you're going to go out to eat somewhere, look at the menu ahead of time. Make some healthy choices. Have some, non-negotiables. Hey, I'm going to consume this. I'm not going to overindulge. And I'm not saying you need to be crazy about it, but try to get to bed at the same time. Going to bed at the same time is more important than what time you wake up. If you can get in that habit, that's really going to help you get a great night's rest, and you can get that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And then this is, one of the harder habits, but wake up at the same time on the weekends if you can, as you do during the week. I recommend, though, if you do not get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, then I would sleep a little longer, but really focus on going to bed and getting up at the same time. That's going to keep, your rhythm intact. So when you roll into Monday, you're not feeling shell shocked of like, oh my goodness, I'm starting the week all over again. And then on Saturday, get moving, get outside, get some vitamin D, get a sweat going. We're a firm believer in getting a sweat going every day. It's your body's natural way of detoxifying. So get a sweat going 7 days a week. I know I get a sweat going 7 days a week, and it's really, really important for your system to keep your metabolism going. So we highly recommend that. You can come to a class at Solid Rock on a Saturday. You can go do something outside, which is something we recommend as well. Enjoy the outdoors, especially during a beautiful time of the year like we have now. And be careful. If you're sitting at home, try not to eat out of boredom, snack out of boredom, or overindulge. When you're doing your grocery shopping, if you buy healthy groceries and have healthy things in the house, you're more likely to eat healthy. But if you buy bad things or have bad things sitting around, you're more likely to eat those bad things. And for my parents out there, being a new parent, my kids aren't super old, but how you shop and what you get for your kids is going to be more temptation to you as well. So just be aware of that, because you're going to want to dive on into their snacks as well. And Saturday, make some good choices throughout the day. If you're going to have a cheat meal, try not to do it at dinner. Try to do it for breakfast or earlier in the day, and get a nice meal in you, and then try to go to bed at the same time on Saturday. And then on Sunday morning, try to get up at the same time. Sunday mornings, I personally find a lot of peace in, getting up early. I get up very early, but getting up and getting a workout in, getting moving, getting grooving before the day hits, because oftentimes we sleep in on Sundays, and then, whatever your routine may look like, getting up, going to church, and then after church, going to get a big brunch or something like that. But if you can get up, get a sweat going, get a workout in, get moving and grooving, and then go do your routine and, control yourself, not just smashing yourself at a brunch or something like that, you're going to feel a lot better. And just try to, position your weekends to be around activity-based. Fitness is a lifestyle. So getting moving, getting grooving, you're going to feel a lot better. And, something I highly recommend is eating a really good meal on Sunday. It's going to get your energy going for Monday. Your lunch and your dinner are extremely important on Sunday for, how you feel. I personally have played with this a lot, and it's extremely important to eat a healthy meal for lunch and dinner for myself on Sunday, so I feel great on Monday. And, get to bed at a good time. Sleep is extremely important. If we're staying up late on the weekends and we're just watching Netflix, getting a ton of screen time, it's going to mess with your sleep. I highly recommend no screen time an hour before bed. So, turning off the TV, getting your phone away from you. It's a hard habit to develop. I personally struggled with it for a long time. It took me about 6 to 9 months to really master it, but my sleep is so much better. My energy is so much better. And I know I have to be even more disciplined now being a dad and having kids, so I can give them all of myself. So making those sacrifices, it's completely worth it, because you're going to be able to give a better version of yourself. So if you can really hone in on your weekend habits and really focus on your strategy, you're going to get a lot better results. But if you're just continuing to fall into this pattern, oh, it was a hard week, I'm just going to reward myself Friday and have several drinks and just go out to eat, and then sleep in Saturday, then get a breakfast, then mindlessly snack and go on about it that way, you're going to have a hard time of getting to where you want to go. So what I would challenge you to do is write down a plan for your weekend and attack it. I love following the 90-10 principle. So if you typically eat 3 meals a day, there's 7 days a week, that's 21 meals in a week. 10% of that 21 is going to be about 2 to 3 cheat meals. So plan your cheat meals out. every week. So I personally stick to 2. I know for lunch on Fridays, I'm typically going to have a cheat meal. And then I know for brunch or breakfast on Sunday, I'm typically going to have a cheat meal. And I strategically do not have cheat meals for dinner. Every now and again, then I do. But my body has time to digest and break that food down, which helps keep me leaner. So I just want to challenge all of you. Have a plan for your weekend. Tackle it. Set yourself up for success. You're going to have even more freedom. You're going to have even a better quality of life. You're going to have even more energy if you can do this. It's not going to rob you of joy. It may seem like that on the front end, but in the long run, it's going to set you up for success. If you enjoyed today's podcast, if you would like it and share it on whatever platform you're consuming it on, that would mean the world to us. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great week.